Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Katie and I make stuff vegan. Okay, so boom. So today I have a little bit of a different video. I thought it would be kind of cool to like talk about zodiacs a little bit. Like there is a trend going around, I guess it's, well, people are always talking about zodiacs, but people like to rank the zodiacs. So I was watching one of those videos on TikTok and I was like, it would low-key be cute if I did like if vegan foods were zodiac signs. I thought it would be like different and fun. I really like talking about the zodiac because it low-key be accurate. And I know some people like try to be like killjoys and they be like, you really think that all these people share the same qualities? I'm like, it's deeper than that. You know, like I don't get too deep into it, but like I think it's fun and interesting. So if you want to see what I think different foods would be as zodiac signs, keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. And there's no link today because there's no recipe, but I will be back with a regular recipe video on Friday. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first sign of the zodiac, which is the Aries. And honest to God, like one of my favorite people, like my closest friend is the Aries, and I say this completely freely because I know like I'm on a conversation with her right now, so she can't defend herself. But the Aries are like literally like the most problematic sign of the zodiac. Like I don't care, like they are so they're a lot. Like, bro, why are you so angry? Why are you so much? Like, bro, Aries are nuts. I don't care. Like, and obviously like people vary. Like not all Aries are the same because I know two Aries and like they are completely different. But like I feel like in general, Aries are just off the walls. Like off the walls. Like they're a fire sign, so they really exhibit that in my opinion. They're very passionate, but they can be very impulsive and aggressive. And for me, I think the vegan food that most describes this would be sesame oil. Now, sesame oil, she's that girl, right? Like sesame oil is that girl, but it can get aggressive if you use way too much. And like, I do be using a lot of sesame oil. I think I just like, my taste buds have become desensitized to it because I really just be like, if there was a vegan food that represented Aries, I think it would definitely be sesame oil. Okay, so the next sign is Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign, and Taurus are very like stable, down to earth people. They're very indulgent. They like the finer things in life. And I know one Taurus and they were like, oh, well, I don't really like food like that. And it's like, but you still like opulence. Like they like, you know, flashiness, stuff like that. But Taurus, they are so incredibly stubborn. Like, are you good? Are you okay? Like, it's really not even that deep. So my vegan food for Taurus would be oat milk. So not necessarily like in the stubborn realm, but definitely like in the opulence and like the indulgence and the luxury of it. Let's stop the cap. We know that oat milk is the best plant milk. Like, do not even argue with me. It's like common knowledge. The sky is blue, grass is green, oat milk is the best plant milk. Like, period. Especially the oat milk from Trader Joe's. Like 10 out of 10. Period. Okay, so I'm coming in with my next sign, which is Gemini. It is an air sign, and they're known to be very affectionate, very gentle, but can also be very inconsistent and flippant. Commit to something. Like, which way are we going? Which way is it? And for that, I would definitely say vegan cheese. Like any cheese, any brand. Are we melting or are we not? Which one? Because babe, you melted last month when I bought this and now we're acting brand new. And like, I also don't like that it has to be in certain conditions to melt. Like if you make a vegan pizza, is she gonna melt in the oven? Do I have to cover you up to make sure you get a good melt? It's a lot. Definitely Gemini. I feel like this is like the most clear, like there's no other option for Gemini. It has to be vegan cheese because she confused, bamboozled. Okay, so the next sign of the zodiac is Cancer. She's a water sign, and Cancers, okay, as a Cancer rising, Cancers are very emotional people, like very emotional. It's actually very annoying because I'm like, I have to like calm myself down and be like, Katie, why are we getting emotional right now? This is not something to be emotional about. But Cancers can be very loyal, but they can also be very sneaky. And I think that would be like chocolate in general. Like, I think that's what chocolate is. Like, I also, like, when we think of chocolate, like, low-key, we pair it up with emotions, whether it's like love or like I'm feeling sad today. And then I think it's sneaky and manipulative, because it's also like, so there are some chocolates that are accidentally vegan, and then y'all change the recipe. Ain't nobody asked you to change the recipe. There was no petition to change the recipe, and now it's not vegan no more. So now I'm buying my stuff, and that's why, like, as a vegan, I always, if I'm buying a accidentally vegan product, I always recheck the label every time I buy it, because they just be switching up. Like, even stuff like the Biscoff cookies, I always recheck. I just bought some like knockoff vegan Thin Mints, rechecked, because you never know. Like, they just be switching it up, and that's definitely Cancer. Emotional, manipulative, and sneaky. And I'm not saying I'm sneaky, but I'm also not a Cancer rising. So, you know, wiggle room. Okay, so the next sign, and my favorite sign, the Leo. Can you tell I'm a Leo? Let me know if you could tell I was a Leo. Now, I think people love to drag Leos, and I think it's like high key whack. Like, babe, what are we even talking about? It's not our fault. We are ruled by the sun, and the sun is the center of the universe. And I think a lot of Leos think they are the center of the universe. I have met them. I personally do not think I'm a true Leo, but I definitely have Leo tendencies. Like, I can be very creative, very passionate, but also very lazy, very stubborn. You know, I'm gonna be like, why you do that to me type thing, you know, like, whatever. I have Leo tendencies, but I don't think I'm a true Leo to whatever. But if I was thinking about a vegan food that the Leo embodies, it would definitely be tofu. Now, hear me out. So when you tell somebody you're a vegan, right? What's the first thing they ask you? They don't ask you two things. They'll be like, oh, so you eat tofu or something? Then they're gonna ask you, or they'll ask you like, what, you eat grass? You know, they automatically associate veganism with tofu. Every time, like, try it. Every single time. So there's nothing more fitting. Also, tofu can do so many things. Like, I hate when people say like, oh, I don't like tofu. That means you haven't had tofu right. Tofu can do so many things. Like, if you can freeze it and it acts different. You can fry it acts different. You just gotta manipulate it. Them puff tofu things at the Asian market, baby. Tofu's elite, and like, honestly, a pillar in veganism. I don't care. Okay, so the next sign of the zodiac is Virgo. I have a little bit of Virgo in my chart, and that makes me so happy, because it just makes me feel close to Beyonce, because like, who was more successful than Beyonce? And Virgos are very practical, they're very analytical, they're very organized, and that just made me think of like vegan protein powder. Like, do you need vegan protein powder? Like, probably not. Like, if you have a balanced diet as a vegan, you don't need it. But you know, I definitely slip some into my diet, and it's like, Virgos remind me like of the mom of the zodiac. Like, they're just so organized and stuff, and it's like, yeah, make sure you get your vitamins in. You know, get what you gotta get. That's what it reminded me of exactly. I didn't have to think that hard. I was like, oh, protein powder, period. Virgo, done. Okay, so the next sign in the zodiac is Libra. Libras are very diplomatic. They're very like even-headed, level-minded. But with that comes like, they are so like indecisive. Like, just pick something. Please, I beg, pick something. And like, okay, so my mom is a Libra, and I'll ask her like something, and she'll be like, yeah, I don't know, Katie. Why don't you know? Also, one of my closest friends and business partners is a Libra as well, and like, we'll do like a little activity. I'm like, okay, so like, can you pick this? And like, well, the Libra in me, and I'm like, girl, I know, because that Libra be dang. Like, they don't want to pick nothing at all. And this made me think of like raw cashews, because raw cashews can do so many things. Like, they're a snack. You can put them in sauces. They can become desserts. Like, highlighting the indecisiveness of the Libra, I think, brought me to raw cashews. Like, they're very flexible. You can do a lot with them. So we're going to maximize that indecisiveness very much. The next sign in the zodiac is Scorpio. Now, I think Scorpios have a bad rep, and maybe I'm biased because I'm a Scorpio moon, but Scorpios can be very brave. They can be very good leaders. They're passionate people. I mean, they can be secretive as well, and sometimes violent. I don't know. If there's a Scorpio that's violent in your life, like, let that go. But this made me think of like vegan chicken broth. Now hear me out. Veganism, low-key, when you're trying to make something good, you want to make something that's going to shake, something's going to be like slap, like something that busts. You know what I'm saying? You want to make something that's going to be good. You want to put some vegan chicken broth in the background. You know, like you wouldn't make like a vegan chicken patty and not put a little bit of like, you know, vegan chicken broth, because it's going to taste like tofu. It's going to taste like fried tofu. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it made me think of. Like, it's very secretive. It will carry. Vegan chicken broth will carry. Okay? So Scorpio through and through. Wasn't hard at all. I was like, oh, duh. Okay, so the next sign is Sagittarius. They are a fire sign. Sagittarius can be very open-minded, optimistic, idealistic. You know, they have a good outlook on life, whatever. They can also be very impatient. And one of my uncles is a Sag and embodies Sagittarius in every way. They can be impatient. They can be impulsive in like what they say. Like, it don't matter like what they say. Like, they finna say it. It could be problematic or not. They finna say it. Like, that's definitely like Sag behavior. And that reminded me of Nori. Like, I make a lot of sushi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make a lot of sushi. And Nori can be very impatient to work with, because like once she's wet, it's a wrap. Like making sushi, I'm just thinking about like how like you really have like 3 to 5 business seconds to wrap it up before everything goes awry. And then like if you don't wrap it up correctly, then it won't seal. Like, hello, work with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was also not a hard one for me. Like, I was like, oh, this reminds me of Nori, period. Like, nothing else. Okay, so the next sign in the zodiac is the Capricorn. Now, Capricorns can be very reliable, very responsible, but they can be so condescending. Now, 2 of my aunts are Capricorns, and very much can be very condescending. And this reminds me of Liquid Smoke. Every time I cook with Liquid Smoke in these videos, I'll be like, now this will embarrass you. This will embarrass you. And it just reminded me, like, I didn't have to try. I was like, this is Liquid Smoke. Like, you can't use too little because it won't taste like Liquid Smoke. But you go 1 drop over, your stuff is done. Throw it out, start over. Or give up, quit. Like, Capricorn through and through. Like, Liquid Smoke has big Capricorn energy. I don't care. I know it's inanimate. Like, I know it's inanimate, but huge Capricorn energy. Okay, so the second to last sign in the zodiac is Aquarius. Aquarians can be very progressive. They can be very original, very creative people. They can also be very aloof, you know, emotionally shut off. Like, what are you feeling? You know what I'm saying? 2 people in my lives are Aquarians. They're completely different people. So, like, I see these qualities in both of them, like my cousin and my uncle. But this reminded me of Tempe. Like, Tempe is just here, you know? And that's why I like that aloof quality. Like, just here, emotionally shut off, because like I don't cook with tempeh a lot because I don't know what she's giving. Is it soft or is it crunchy? Like, it's so like in the middle. I'm just like, you know what? I might make some tempeh bacon, but after that, like, I'm kind of good on tempeh, because what are we? What are we doing here? You know, big Aquarian energy for me, in my opinion. Okay, so we're on our last one. The last sign of the zodiac is Pisces. Now, I think Pisces have a bad rep because they can be seen as very emotional people. Like, they always sad, have a bad outlook on life, like think the world is ending around them, you know, always like injured. They always feel like the victim. They always feel like a martyr. But Pisces can be very creative. They're very musical people. I don't have any Pisces in my chart, which makes me like feel some type of way, because it's like I'm a musician and it's like, what happened here? But you know, I think Pisces, like, they're very compassionate people. And this reminded me of like vegan eggs in general, like the Just Egg. Like, you know, I'm not trying to give them too much shine because they ain't pay me to say that, but like vegan eggs save a lot of water, because besides the fact that you're not killing no baby chicken, you're also saving like 53 gallons of water per egg. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that just ties into the compassion of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like vegan eggs and Pisces, like, they just go like hand in hand. It just makes a lot of sense. Let me know what you think about my choices. Let me know if you have other ideas. Let me know if you agree with some of the things I said about your sign in the comments down below. I love when y'all comment so much. I'll be like, oh, hey y'all. You know, I'll be like, oh, you commented. let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. While you're here, check out my other videos. I got a whole bunch of them, girl. I got a whole bunch of them. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.